Hey everybody, welcome back to our podcast, Quarantine. This is Tharshan.
This is Mayo.
Today we are going to talk about...
Heartbreak.
Heartbreaks, yes.
Yeah. Today's Tharshan's episode. So in honor of that, I'm going to eat some ice cream on his behalf. I never wear sweats. I'm wearing sweats for him. So, Heartbreak. We just want to preface this by saying we absolutely still have a lot of love for the two individuals that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
And this is more about us and the emotions we went through and the healing we went through.
Yeah.
And we're just looking at like understanding the other person's perspective and compassion.
Yeah.
So this has nothing to do with these two other individuals. They're still great, amazing people.
Yeah, they are.
And we'll go to your story then. Tell us, start with your relationship. Like, how did it start? What was your relationship? How did it end?
So this happened a while ago. So I started dating this girl. At first it was great, and this was my first relationship. So it was going good. I thought we were on the same page. And, I make her laugh, she makes me laugh. We talk about a lot of things. Then slowly we realized that we weren't on the same page. We were slowly getting to fight. And turns to be a lot of fights. Then we'll break up. Then every time we break up, we'll get back together, right? And throughout that process, we both realized that we weren't, and values and morals were aligned differently, right?
Would you say your perspective back then was a little different? Like,
yeah.
Were you more liberal, more leaning, more conservative?
I think I was very conservative. Like, my ideas were different compared to versus now. Like, I would expect
different things.
Yeah, different things, right? So one day, again, so this time we broke up. And I thought, it's just a breakup again. We're going to get back together. But that wasn't the case. This time it was different. Within the week of the breakup, she decided to date someone. Move forward. And that hurt me a lot.
How did that make you feel?
Frustrated. There's a lot of hate because I felt like she didn't she didn't grieve. I was like, the pain that I was going through, man. I was grieving, man. I was like, it was hurting me a lot, right? And for her, it just took a week to move on, right?
I couldn't relate.
Yeah. But maybe since she was dating the other person, maybe she didn't have time to grieve, right?
Sometimes it also has to do with the person's capacity.
Yeah.
It's easier to move forward and look back and grieve later than it is to go through with grief initially. Yeah. And it's just a person's capacity at that present moment as well.
So after the breakup, man, I was like, never again. I don't want my heart to be broken up again, right? So I was
like, no more relationships.
No more relationship for me. I don't want to date anymore. So then I started to focus on my friends, my relationship with my family, and I was coping through my art, man. I was making short films. I was making I was performing. That was my coping mechanism, right? And because my confidence was
shot.
Yeah, I got destroyed because I spent a couple of years with this woman, and the fact that she moved on so quickly, it made me doubt myself in my ability to be worthy in that relationship that I had with her, right? So it took me a while to heal, right?
So what happened after you started healing? How did you move forward?
Acceptance, man. I think I was a different person back then, right? So I learned to I was learning to forgive myself, right? Because I realized that I did the wrong things too, right? It's not only her, but it's just me too. I made a lot of mistakes, right? So I was starting to forgive myself.
And do you think that increased your self-compassion and self-confidence?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because once again, it's not about the other person. It's about you and you.
Exactly. Yeah. So the moment that I started to forgive myself, it was easy for me to move on, right? And there was no hate anymore, man. It was only compassion and understanding, right? Where she came from, where I'm coming from, right? So then I started with my friend here, like who encouraged me to date again, like even then, like I was still doubtful. Like I don't think I can do this, man.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I started dating again, and it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm in a
healthy
2-year relationship,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of growth that I had
Mm-hmm.
these after the breakup was tremendous. And right, I'm grateful that happened because I think it needed to happen for both of us to grow, right?
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
So I have this thing where I think it's either trauma or drama that kind of initiates change. And then the second component is the person has to be open to change.
Yeah.
So I think this situation created the right circumstances for your growth.
Yeah.
And I've seen it.
Yo, 100%. Yeah. My values from conservative to like more liberal leaning ideas, right? And I'm grateful for that. Now I have a different mindset overall, right? So yeah, man, I'm very thankful. And
so I want to ask you a quick question about your healing process. So you said you used art to kind of help you move forward and et cetera, et cetera. Tell me a little bit about the emotions you felt. Like you said there was anger during that during that time, right? So that year and a half that it took you to kind of get over this and heal. Did you suffer from anxiety? Did you suffer from depression? Like, how's your mental state? I don't know if there's a lot of factors to it because you're living at home, etc., like looking for work. As we talked about in our previous episodes, there were a lot of things going on. But
depression was the main key, man. Like, you know, even when you will call me up sometimes, like, yo, let's go out. And I'll be like, no, man, I feel uncomfortable. I don't want to go out, right? Yeah, I was very depressed. Because, you know, I don't know. I feel like I was pitying myself. I feel like I didn't deserve anything, like, you know? So, yeah.
How did you come out of it?
How do I come out of it? Well...
Like, how did you...
You know what?
How did you heal?
I think it's about learning. Like, learning what love is, right? Learning about, like, assessing the situation, right? What happened? What went wrong? I start to dissect... And reflect on the things that happened in my relationship, right? Then I realize this happened for this reason. This happened for this reason, right? I start to understand these things, and that's why I was letting go of that hate that I had initially, right?
Do you think that change gave you closure?
It did. It did. Not only that, you know, I got a chance to like talk to that individual too.
Yeah.
Right? We met after like a year or two. We met and we talked about what happened, and I think that kind of like even moving towards that, I still didn't get that closure. Right? I still didn't get that closure, but after talking to that individual, and I finally got it, and that would happen 2 years ago, I believe. Yeah. And after that, everything became easy, man. Now we're not friends though.
And that's okay.
Because you know, I think she was a little uncomfortable with the idea of us being friends. So I respect that boundaries as well, right? I still respect her, man. At the end of the day, I still respect her. I still think of her as a friend. So yeah, that's my story, man.
So just for some context, both of these two individuals are were two of my closest friends back in the day. And I wasn't physically present here when they both started dating. I found out afterwards. But I've seen like the relationship progress and both of you like move forward, so I understand both perspectives as well. Like there's no right and there's no wrong. Like both of you have valid, and like who am I to assess validity, but valid reasons to moving forward the way you did, and etc. Depending on the states you were both in as well. But once again, I think like this caused the right situation for growth, and
100%.
Yeah,
there was a lot of growth in this. You know, the last couple of years, for me especially. So yeah, I'm thankful for everything that happened in my life. I'm thankful for all the changes that happened, and I'm thankful for these individuals that came to my life. You know, because I got to learn a lot
for sure
from
everyone.
From everyone, right?
Thank you for sharing your story, man.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thank you so much for these questions as well. I'm glad you enjoyed the ice cream.
You'll get one next time.
Yeah, and that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.